Shaq had some harsh comments for Dwight Howard. Of course, as we all know, Dwight decided to go to the Houston Rockets after leaving the Lakers after one season. Here's what Shaq said. It was expected. We've all been in LA, and not a whole lot of other people can handle being under the bright lights. Everybody wants to do it, but when you get there, there are certain pressures. I think it was a safe move for him to go to a little town like Houston. That's right, little town. I said it. You've had some interactions with Shaquille O'Neal. You said that he's a fantastic guy. His shoe size is double yours. However, I digress. So, I mean, was it the safe move? Is it the right move?
Here's what's wrong with what Shaq said.
Yeah.
The problem is that last line. You don't need to say, that's right, little town, I said it. You want that line to land. Yeah. You write less.
And it already did.
I think it was a safe move for him to go to a little town like Houston. Period. That delivers your moment. You don't need to brag about how you just called Houston a little town.
So, but safe move. I mean, was it the safe move? Is it the right move for?
I think it's very clear. Ramona Shelburne has a great piece today on ESPN LA. Yep. You can always find it. But about sort of the history of Dwight in Los Angeles and interviews that she conducted over the course recently regarding his move to Houston, and then over the course of a year of the last year. It was just a bad fit. It's a bad marriage. It doesn't mean Dwight Howard's not going to be. I'm very down on Dwight Howard, and I think any team, I think the teams that didn't sign him will ultimately, there's a good chance they'll be pleased that they didn't. That said, if I were the Lakers, I would have tried to keep him too, because what else are you going to do?
Well, he only makes them better. He doesn't make them worse as a team. Without Dwight, they may not even make the playoffs.
I know, but Rick, you look at this in a very narrow way.
But it's the right way.
No, it's the exact wrong way. Okay. Getting Dwight means not getting someone else. Like, there is a penalty to pay for each player you get.
So you're saying with this free agency class, you would rather have Josh Smith or someone of that sort rather than Dwight Howard?
No, Rick, again, think broader. Next year, there's a tremendous number of talented players, difference-making players available. One of them named LeBron James. So the issue is...
You think LeBron is going to leave?
Yes, the Lakers are going to make a giant push for LeBron James.
Seriously?
They're going to make a push for him. I have no idea whether LeBron James is going to. I don't think anybody should guess about what LeBron James is going to do, because we'll always be wrong. But the issue is, when you sign Dwight, that's it. That's the guy you're basing your franchise around. Is that what you want to do? If you're Houston and you have this pretty talented, vaguely talented team, and you have James Harden, and you can add an inside presence like Dwight Howard, which would seem to only enhance the abilities of a guy like James Harden. We don't know until they actually get on the court together. And you got shooters like Parsons, and maybe Jeremy Lin has a significant role to play there. We don't know until they start playing together. Jeremy Lin needs the ball a lot, so we'll see. But if you're Houston, yeah, I make the move. It's 4 years, it's it's 4 years, $88 million. That makes a great deal of sense to them because also of where they are right now.
Yeah.
But the Lakers, with an aging Kobe Bryant, having to say, we're going to have Dwight, we're going to have Kobe, and as he gets old and filters out, then it's all going to be based around Dwight. I didn't think that was going to work out. Then you look at how Dwight reacted to playing here with these guys. He did not react well to playing with Kobe at all.
He was also injured a large portion of the season.
He was hurt, and he played better as the year went on. But that's
when he was healthier.
When he was healthier.
Yeah.
That said, he's very angry at Steve Nash and Kobe Bryant for not having his back when people were criticizing his play. Dwight Howard's a bit of a warrior. He did come back from a serious back injury earlier than expected. He tore the labrum. He came back. He was angry at Nash and Kobe for never having his back, for never saying to the press, hey, this guy is playing hurt, right? Now, Kobe and Nash say, we never knew you wanted that. Of course we'd have done that. You got to. Dwight Howard is clueless. He's one of the densest athletes I've ever met about how others perceive him. Like, I'm sure he's a decent guy.
No, he cares. He totally cares.
He doesn't get it. He doesn't have any feet. He doesn't sense. He's dicking around back and forth in Orlando. He doesn't think that had any impact on people. I don't think he knows that his reputation of a ditherer is out there.
How deluded can you possibly be when you make an ass out of yourself and an ass out of the coach after you went to the finals together?
I think he thinks he's just being honest. He doesn't get it. He thought he wasn't heard about Phil Jackson. It never occurred to him that there were other reasons, other factors at play why Phil Jackson didn't come. By the way, if you read Ramona Shelburne, it's just a giant freaking misunderstanding. And if Phil Jackson had been the coach, there's a good chance that Dwight Howard would still be a Laker right now.
Probably, yeah.
So, he doesn't get how he's perceived. It doesn't mean he's a bad person, but it means he's clueless and he makes decisions like this.
Well, being clueless indicates that you are not necessarily on the right foot.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of people don't get how others seen in the world. A lot of people don't have enough sort of self-awareness to know how others look at them.
Which is a poor quality.
Yeah, it's not. You should have that quality, but
Yeah.
it doesn't mean you're a bad guy, and it doesn't mean you don't play hard, and it doesn't mean you don't try. Dwight certainly tried, but he never got it. It was a bad fit in LA, and I think considering the fact that the Lakers are such a marquee name and a marquee franchise, that it wouldn't surprise me if they were able to make a significant dent next year in free agency, and that there's a huge blessing. A lot of people in the Laker organization were more worried, Shelburne writes, about what would happen if Dwight Howard stayed.
Really?
Like the fallout, they were like, look, just make this decision, get it over with, be gone, and let us now figure out what we do. The question is, can the Lakers tolerate 5 years of going 34 and 48? Like that doesn't, it's happened in the past.